Hello everyone! Welcome to the first episode in my new series. My name is Tak. We are currently playing Minecraft Java Edition here on the Vaultcraft SMP server. What is Vaultcraft, you might be asking? Well, Vaultcraft is a multiplayer Minecraft server which creates a space for friends to explore Minecraft in its fullest potential. You can check out the Vaultcraft website in the description below. I will be linking it. Just a few things to go over for information's sakes and just so everybody's on the same page. The season started on October 1st. It is currently October 9th. So obviously that means there's been 9 24-hour days to play this server, and it is not just me, it is multiple people. As you can see, in 9 days we have acquired loot. In fact, we are wearing wings. So that is, yeah, it's a thing. So like I said, it started on the 1st of October. It's a brand new world, and I'm hoping this world will last for 2 years. You know, even longer, but only time will tell. With the server being a week old, everyone's had time to get stuff done. There's currently 12 whitelisted players on this server, so that's 12 other potential people to create activity and what I call art on the server. I didn't record the start of the season, sadly. I don't think anybody really did. This season isn't really focused as much on content creation. It is more than Season 1. Obviously, there was no videos of Season 1 created at all. And which is fine, and we can always start now, and we can always work on and improve our YouTube creating experience. But I just wanted to go over a few things that we have done. When the server started, I was the only one to log on at that time, which is totally fine because we had a lot of logins after the fact. But on day one, I joined. This is all not day one stuff, besides the signs and the redstone lamp I was able to get on day one, but this is other days. But this is kind of like the day one, very first thing I focused on was this little signage, and then I walked down this spawn, and let's just quickly use FreeCam and take a look at this pretty extraordinary spawn that we, or myself, found and decided to use. You'll get to see it more and more as we explore, of course, but it is an amazing 1.18 seed that I'm extremely excited to be using. Of course, so we are making our way down the hill on day one. We go to this village and we end up raiding some of these houses over here just for the basic wood and cobblestone material that they provide. Just so that the experience would be a little bit easier for some of the other players. This is obviously one of the most OP and recognizable houses in Minecraft. You know, you can get diamonds from this house right off the bat, or diamond tools. So we created this area, you know, like a spawn bed, and then some free tools with some of the crafted or looted stuff that I had taken, and then the furnaces, of course. And then I kind of tried to concentrate and bring saplings down for people to use. So there's acacia, there's jungle wood, there's this moss, of course. One of the other members of the SMP, Trouble, she built this villager breeder for everyone to use. So kind of her. Obviously cocoa beans. And the bamboo. We're missing, at least in spawn for easy access, we're missing a cactus. Which the only way to get right now is through Wandering Trader because the world border is so small, and then dark oak logs, but those are dark oak saplings, but those are not that hard to get. Okay, so for day 2, I left spawn and I headed northish. So this is approximately north. Wow, somebody made a mess right there with a 2x2 spruce tree. So I went this way, climbed up these mountains. I'm very good at Minecraft and can tell which snow type is which. Some players apparently can't, but powdered snow has a more bluer color, whereas regular snow is white, and like you can walk on this, you can walk on all this, but some layers of the mountain have been infected with powdered snow since 1.18. Anyway, I made my way over here, and then I settled not too far down. Right here, I wanted to be nice and close to spawn, and just so I could have neighbors and have just a nice established area to begin. So, I started this small starter hut, and it was pretty modest to begin with. It's still extremely modest. It's a square, which is totally fine. And we'll be able to sleep. We can't even see the sun anymore. Okay, and then for day 3, I was able to get this little strip mine going inside my starter hut. I went all the way down to the appropriate diamond level and just started strip mining for the appropriate materials. I did get diamonds, and I was able to acquire the netherite, the obsidian, which is very important in the early game. Okay, after getting that obsidian that I needed, I created the Nether Portal. This is one of the first things I do. We should probably sleep really quick. So I was able to get the Nether Portal going, and I basically just went and found the nearest biome that I could farm Enderman in, which is the warped forest, I believe, and I just made myself a little 2x2 hole, or 2x2 area where the Enderman couldn't get me, and I farmed them very, very slowly. It took a long time to even get, a stack of Ender Pearls. And then, of course, I located a fortress as well, and attempted to massacre the blaze there, although they massacred me more because they're so strong when you have no loot. So I got the bare minimum blaze powder needed to create the Eyes of Ender, which would allow me to enter the stronghold, which was my plans for day 4. And I used the good old-fashioned, maybe it's not old, application on the internet called Chunkbase. It's this web page that you can put the seed in and your coordinates, and it will show you key features in the Minecraft world. Some people like the exploration and just the excitement that is created when they find something. I understand that need for some people. However, I also understand the need to work efficiently, and I'm not trying to dilly-dally. I have plans. I have things to do, and discovering an end portal, unfortunately, is not one of them. I've discovered plenty. Okay, so I activated the end portal with the 14 or so Eye of Ender that I had obtained, and I had tried to keep 1 or 2 of those set aside so that I could create a ender chest because, personal vault. So I entered the end with a newly lit portal, and I bridged for dear life away from the main end island. The main end island, the Ender Dragon was like right there, ready to kill me, but I got away. I bridged far enough. I located an end ship, and I was able to loot the wings on side of that ship, and I was also able to pillar up from that end ship and loot 10 or more end ships around the beginning ring of the edge of the outer islands. So I looted 10 or so wings and was able to bring those back to spawn and sell them. To get out of the end, of course, I had to put all my stuff in an ender chest after I had spent a significant amount of time in there, and I just jumped into the void after securing my items. And that's one of the reasons I kept an Eye of Ender, because I knew I was going to be pulling stuff out. So I created this pop-up shop. It was the first shop on the server. There's nothing else, as you can see, besides these roads, but these roads are newer than this. This shop came first. So this was full of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elytras, unenchanted elytras, and obviously we've sold 5. We have 3 left to sell, and they're 15 diamonds per. So I would be charging more if they were enchanted, but I have no means to enchant them at this time, so they are just there for the other members of the SMP to deal with. Okay, pause. Just so we're on the same page, I've never been the first person to enter the end or get the wings on an SMP, Bedrock or Java Edition. It's never been me. I wanted to see if I was capable. I was capable. It took a lot of time from start to finish, like multiple hours, 12 hours at minimum to get this done. But I got it done, and I am glad that I got it done. And I don't think in Season 3 I will be bothering at all. I will let somebody else worry about it. I don't care, because it's something I have already been capable of. Alright, on pause. Okay, so day 5, we're still focusing on our starter hut over here, which is north. We don't really have any means of flying or repairing our wings at this time, so we're really stuck to walking on the ground. I had obtained a horse, but I hadn't really thought about using the saddle that I had gotten from the end city. And even using a horse wasn't going to work for my day 5 projects, which was walking north, and this is all forest. Nothing can spawn in here, I'm 99% sure. No passive mobs. They have to spawn in a plains, which is up here. This is another player. I believe this is either Zach or William. I'm not sure. I think it's William. But I had taken 2 of these cows, and I had lured them with wheat back to the starter hut. These cows right here are only here because I brought them here, and I had released a ton of them for other Vaultcrafters to obtain. Nice. Okay, so with that cow, I was able to breed them up and kind of create a cow crusher, which is a really good starter food source. Very starter. I mean, as soon as you can get the materials to create a hoglin farm, do it, because hoglin is 10 times more powerful. But basically, you feed them wheat. It's 21 cows. Each time you feed one of the cows wheat, it uses the game rule entity cramming, and the baby kills off one of the adult cows, giving you leather and beef, obviously. Okay, for day 6, I explored the map further. I found a bunch of the materials, or plants, I mean, like these vines, the berries, the pumpkins, melons, mushrooms, beetroots, carrots, potatoes, all that stuff. I brought it back here and tried to create a central hub where I knew I could obtain at least every plant. Like I said, we don't have cactus. One player has cactus. I'm not sure. I think it's Zach. And they were joking about selling it for 1 netherite block, which I will not be participating in. I can get it very cheap from a wandering trader. Okay, so on day 7, I basically was focused on getting my wings sorted out and put together. So I went to I found an industrial area with my partner in crime, Cap. His gamer tag is Capellini. But basically, we were deciding to create an industrial area together, a complex of sorts with you know, automatic storage and transportation, and a very big project. So I located this area with him, and we re-rolled villager trades until we got mending on unbreaking villagers. The mending is 1 emerald a piece, and 1 emerald a piece in a book, and then the unbreaking is like 23 emerald blocks, you know, because that's how it works. So very light on the unbreaking at this time, and unbreaking is just as important in mending, if you know, maybe a tier lower, but yeah. So we got those villagers sorted out. I built a general mob farm, and Cap built a sugarcane farm, and it's a massive sugarcane farm. So that is our rocket problem solved, and potentially a shop that him or I, or both of us, could go in on and create. I was thinking something about a mega shop, but we shall see what is in the works. Even if I do a mega shop, I might still buy other plots of land and build on those as well in Spawn Valley. Okay, so this, if my game will load, of course, this would be our starter, or our our industrial area. So I actually put this together. This is not what it looked like at the beginning. It was over on a beach over there where that bamboo is. Wow, that zoom really messes you up. So yeah, if you see the leaves down there on the left, that's the start of the sugarcane farm and the bamboos, where this whole area was set up, like the portal, all these little storage and farms. So this is all a temporary setup. This is going to be the main storage of our industrial area. This is like the bulk automatic storage for all the farms. So like this is just an example, right? This would be like 25 chests high, and it would be only for bamboo. And then this would be sugarcane. That's not set at all. You know, it could be 3 lines of chests for sugarcane or something. It doesn't have to be one, but I'm planning on each side to be completely covered with chests. But right now it's just a platform for us to expand upon. So here is the general mob farm I built. It's just a flushing one. It's very basic. I think it's probably 10 plus years old. But it completely neutralizes the need to find a spawner located in the world. Even if you find one, the only real thing that can be obtained with that is anything of value that you can obtain from this, I should say, is XP, armor, and if you find a skelly spawner, god bows. So that's not something I'm worried about. You know, this is very basic, very good starter. We've got gunpowder, bones, a string. So, and then all the BS we don't need would burn. Okay, and then this is the sugarcane farm that Cat built. So it's a flying machine one. It's extremely, you know, efficient. Surprisingly enough, you just section off a plot of land, and I would still like to make one bigger, but you just section off a plot of land like this size, and you get, you know, sugarcane after just a few hours of AFKing. And then this is a temporary creeper farm that Cap had built for emergency rockets, I would imagine, but you know, this is obsolete with that 10-layer general mob farm. Alright, that was kind of a lot of information to digest at once. Let's just move right on with the episode, which today's focus is going to be on some more farms in our industrial area, just to create the appropriate foundation that we require to have an efficient season. So what is, you know, the best thing to start farming at the beginning? Probably iron. Iron, however you say it. Probably this resource right here. It is an amazing resource, of course, and before we can just straight up start farming it, we need to have a way to create the people who produce the iron. So not only in today's episode are we going to build an iron farm, we're also going to be building a villager breeder here in our industrial area so that we can further the expansion and growth of you know, this area and all of our farms and our plans that we have for this season. So let's just do, you know, I say quick time lapse. It won't be quick on my end. It might be pretty quick in the video, but we'll do a time lapse and get these builds sorted out. everybody. I got these 2 builds up and running, ready to supply me with the stuff that I need. Of course, like I said, I have big plans for this area of the server. So, if we take a look here first, this is the villager breeder I built. And the first villager I had brought over actually turned into a zombie villager, so they, well, it was actually good for me, but it just means I had to get an extra villager to bring over here. So as soon as we supply this with bread, they will start producing the offspring, which we can use elsewhere. And then here is the iron farm. It looks way more decent than any of the other ones I've built before. The hopper collection system right here is not permanent. This is one of the farms I imagine will be spitting out items that drop into a tube somewhere or something. Maybe the water tube will even start up here and replace the hoppers. I'm not sure yet. But this is just temporary storage so that we can collect the poppies and the iron, of course. But it's just a simple setup. The 3 villagers with the jobs and the beds making a village, and then the or maybe it doesn't make a village because there's no bell, but the zombie here just being shot up every couple seconds just helps produce the iron quickly. And I AFK'd here overnight, and it was you know, it was a good amount of iron from this farm, so this will be able to allow us to, you know, expand, like I've said, and potentially add to a starter shop or even a mega shop of sorts. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know there was a lot of stuff that has happened between now and the start of the server, so if I missed anything, I do apologize, and I will try to inform any and all individuals of the changes that happened between now and episode 2. I'm sure there will be a few more farms around this area, and we will be able to use that as more of an update episode, and a continuation of this SMP series, of course. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.